Who's ready? That last stream was just a pure disaster. Surely hated that stream. Okay, I'm back and let's see what can I do. Let me just turn on the volume of my system and we'll be ready. Hello. Yari. I wish I could import something, but I can't. Oh, great. Oh, come on, really? Can I get at least a decent frame rate for this? Anyway, and my internet hates me again. We just need to continue from where we left off. If my internet doesn't want to screw with me. Because I hated that. I hate that my internet screws with me. Let's see. The Unbreakable Speckle Band. Where we last left off. Let me test something. There we go. The cat works. I certainly heard something about a stowaway earlier. And as we left, we were arrested because of the death of Agari. Of Asagi. So yeah, our best friend died. How is it that our best friend, that someone who's close to us in the Eastern games has to die? Why? Anyway, here we go. I'm certain I heard something about a stowaway earlier. Yes, well, the truth is exactly that. It's been half a month since we left Japan. I've been hidden in this cabin the entire time. I wasn't aware. You always have to do stuff like that. You're sick. So you sneak behind Cosmo ass back and hid yourself away this cabin. No, it'd be impossible for me to pull off something like that. Yes, I suppose you're right. Asagi was actually the one who asked me to come along. He wanted us to travel to the Great British Empire together. Kazuma asked you to do that? Can I ask what his reason was? That's something that even I'm not sure of. You're not even sure? Hey, Asagi, tell me why already. Why'd go this far to take me along to the Great British Empire? I've been thinking about it for a while now, ever since the end of that trial. I know you heard me when I said it to you then. You're meant to be an attorney. Yeah, I remember, but you weren't really being serious, were you? You got the talent, I guarantee it. Well, I don't plan on becoming an attorney, whether you think you'd be any good at it or not. Well, that's something you have to decide for yourself. London is the vanguard of modern war. It is a bustling metropolis of culture. There's no harm in seeing that world for yourself, is there? Of course not. That much goes without saying. Well, truth be told, I also have a selfish reason for going through with this. If you were to become an attorney someday... Someday what? Never mind. It's nothing. Huh? There was a certain subject that Cosmo often spoke about me. I want to change Japan's judicial system, he would say. Perhaps he wanted to carry out that mission with you at his side. Yes, that might be possible. I'm very curious as to what his true motivations were. While we were talking about that, his eyes, they seemed dark in a way I've never seen them before. I'm really sorry that we didn't tell you about the stowaway situation. Well, this is Cosmo we're talking about. I think that he didn't want me to have anything to do with it, instead of being an accessory to the crime. You're absolutely right, just as we both expect from Asugi. If you really aren't the culprit, then allow me to ask you a question. What happened in this cabin last night? Well, I don't really remember. Last night, Asugi brought his meal to the cabin, as usual. After that, I climbed into the wardrobe for the night, as usual. And then I assume you fell asleep? Yeah. So you meant to tell me that while someone murdered Cosmo, you were sound asleep? Yes. That's how I remember it. Look, I know how suspicious it sounds, but I swear it's the truth. When I finally did wake up, I found myself in handcuffs. And on top of that, for some odd reason, my head has been throbbing. Huh? Something the matter? No. Everything is fine. Anyway, you have to believe me. I'm not the real culprit. Trust me, it's not as if I don't want to believe you, but I can't think of any other way that this crime would have been committed. Ugh. Asugi, just why? Why do you have to die like this? Ugh, I have to do something. Don't move him, Asugi. As a culprit, you are forbidden to leave the scene of your crime. I refuse to accept that. Asugi was murdered here, and I wasn't able to do anything about it. With that in mind, do you really think I'd be okay just sitting here, not be able to do a thing? If that is how you feel, just what exactly do you intend to do? I'll investigate his death from start to finish, as truly as I can. I'll investigate who killed him, along with how and why the killer did it. So please, excuse me. That? What in the world? That was the Susato toss. Susato toss? Somehow, I don't that I ever heard of a move like that. In that case, prove it to me. Proof? If you aren't truly innocent, then show me your evidence. But how can I do that? Have you already forgotten? Not long ago, you were acting as your own defense on the trial. Oh, so that's it. I'll need to present some decisive evidence. I'll need to get Susato to understand. I'll need to show her evidence. Evidence that will prove I'm innocent. Hike! When you discovered me earlier, did you find this stuck on that wardrobe over there by any chance? Why, yes. That's correct. I do recall something like that. You see, whenever I went to sleep, Ozzy would always paste this on for me. It was meant to keep sailors from opening the wardrobe. And, of course, last night was no different. Ah! Now you mentioned it earlier, just before we found you. We pulled off that very seal that you speak of. If I wasn't a criminal, then in order to enact my crime, I would have torn off this seal as I exited the wardrobe. Indeed, it would be just as you say. In other words, it would have been impossible for me to be Asaki's murderer. You when you're down on your back. I can see why Cosmo thought so highly of you. Susada, if it's alright with you, would you kindly help me up then? Yes, Susada. Very well. In the light of this information, I will allow you to investigate the scene as you wish. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have cleared my name then? No. What? Not yet. It's still possible you use some sort of strange sorcery to reattach that seal. Susato, what kind of person do you think I am? First of all, let us truly investigate the scene. I shall accompany you. Got it. Let's do it, Susato. Please, do not misunderstand my intentions. As I say, my doubts are not yet entirely resolved. What? To make sure that you do not seem to vandalize the scene of the crime, I will be observing you closely. You do not dare to use any strange sorcery to get rid of any evidence you might find. Alright. Yes, Susato. All sorcery aside, my first objective is to begin examining this cabin. Asagi, I hope you are watching. I will avenge you! The essence of clearest ship's regulations are posted here on display card. It's something about akin of a list of requests from the captain to the passenger. Do not store any dangerous goods such as weapons or animals in the cabins. What? Why are you staring at me like that? No, it's nothing. I was just thinking, are you more of a weapon or an animal? It just happened to cross my mind for a second. Either way, you can still mark me off as a forbidden possession, I guess. Or Naruhodo. Come to think of it, what is it, Sada? Whenever I examine things, I feel still my vision begins to narrow. Uh-oh, that can't be a good sign. I'm sure you're already aware of this, but... You can use the left and right bottoms of the bonus screen to look around. Just make sure not to miss a single corner during the investigation. Yes, you're right. That's exactly what I've been doing. I think my vision just narrowed a bit. These books have all fallen over. Not a single one is left standing. And if that statue of the Guardian of the God Sea, it's fallen on its side. It looks like everything on this shelf toppled over like a deck of cards. Do you think, by any chance, that Cosmo knocked all these things over when he was practicing his swordsmanship? No way, I don't think he will do that. Well, then... Did you lose your temper and knock everything down after you woke up? I wouldn't have left the wardrobe just to do something like that, you know? Come on, Susato. What the hell are you even saying? Something happened to knock all these items loose. But is this related to the case? Anyway, put things back as they were. This is going to bother me otherwise. Susato, don't touch anything on the crime scene! Come on, Susato. There's Cosmo's katana. Those had it attached at his hip. The katana is the heart of the Japanese. That was one of Asugi's favorite sayings. I heard that he persuaded the government to allow him to bring his katana to Britain. It just goes to show how important it was to him to keep it by his side. Asugi had the spirit of a proud warrior. I must ensure that it lives on. What's this? What's this? Looks like a piece of broken glass. Those small glass objects seem to have broken in half. It's quite a beautiful color, don't you think? Also from a netsuke, like those bottoms that men used to hang from their kimonos? I think you were right. Did this belong to Asugi? Was the guy in such a lovely piece of art without our knowledge? Aside from that, there are also some dark brownish red mark on the floor here. Dark brownish red? That's an accurate description, but one problem remains. I don't see anything with that type of coloring that could have made this mark. That's quite a lot shrunk. It's more like a big box of memories for me now. Memories? I'm quite hollow. To tell you the truth, we used the trunk to transport me aboard during the embarkment. Let me see if there's some. Oh, there's some options. I see. That explains this warning label. Do not turn upside down. Yeah, I should have known better than to think the sailors would be able to read that. And so I was flipped over and thrown, tossed and flipped over again so many times. Smuggling a person isn't anything to do, is it? And yet, it's still 1,000 times better than going up against the societas. Oh, this is funny. Did Asugi write that? Judging by the color, I think this message is written using ink. When he called last, he must have just this, causing the bottom ink to pop. Then he tipped his finger and spilled ink and wrote this last message. It must have been a terrible way to die. Oh, how heart-wrenching. Was Asugi trying to leave us a clue as he took his last breath? I'm so sorry, Asugi, but I just can't read this message. That's probably because the symbols are not written in Japanese. But what in the world? What language are they then? I'm afraid that I have no clue myself. I've never seen letters like this before. Where are they from? What do they mean? Cosmo must have spent last night reading and writing at this very desk. This is London Travel Journal. Left incomplete before it could make it there. Apparently, the last sentence place was less than finished. Does this mean the incident occurred while he was in the middle of writing this entry? Let's read it. It might contain a clue. Ah! You mustn't do that. Even if the owner is lost to us, you can just read someone else's journal. It's unforgivable. But for all we know, there might be something important written there. Alright, fine, I won't read it. Okay, no, that is just a subscribe from my channel. That's probably from my YouTube channel. It's not for here. But still, I just need to make sure because, yeah, Streamlabs is connected to my YouTube channel. Seriously, Susato, stop throwing me around! Customer. It's not as if I actually want to go prying into Asugi's personal belongings. But I also know we'll have to find as many clues as possible. For his sake. Hello! I believe that's an air duct. It's a sort of hole that keeps the air in the can circulating instead of getting stale. But this is very mysterious. Mysterious in what way? This air duct. It obviously leads to a cabin, having through the wall into the cabin next door. Yes, it disappears, sir. But if you want fresh air, wouldn't it be better to have the air duct connect to the outside? Yes, that makes sense. Maybe it's to avoid having rain blown into the ship as rain storm approaches. Yeah, maybe you're right. Who is that man? He wasn't here a moment ago. From the looks of it, he's clearly a European. Over there. Yeah, you notice him too, Susato? Well, that's because, that tall gentleman. Huh? Now, this is a surprise, Naruto. Could it be that you don't know who this gentleman is? No! I'm not acquainted with any foreign gentleman. He gives off a very strange aura. It's completely different from all the sailors. I can't tell if he's suspecting Asuki desk or just playing with it. Oh, come on. Let's hear what he has to say. Am I imagining it, or the Susato eyes just lit up? Oh, by the way, you may have already realized this, but when you touch a person with a cursor, you can talk with them. Alright then, let's go and talk with that suspicious... that tall gentleman over there. Okay, see ya. Right. Excuse me. Excuse me, could you spare a moment of your time? Quiet, I'm in the middle of something big. And I'm bad with English accents. I'm really bad at English accents. I'm really horrible at English accents. Maybe we shouldn't even be. I am afraid that this could turn into trouble fast. I suppose so. If that's what you think is the best. Greetings! So sorry to keep you waiting. Excuse me, about Asugi's desk. Can I ask what were you doing with it just now? I see. So that's what's going on. Huh? What exactly do you mean? Yeah, I feel like I've been heavily scrutinized. Yes, that's it. You returned from Afghanistan and quite recently at that. What? And on your way to a foreign country, you find yourself facing a predicament. Well, he's not wrong about that. How in the world? How in the world do you come to know all that? Is that what you meant to ask? Please, this is but rudimentary reasoning. Nothing for me to bother explaining. Is there perhaps anything else you might know? Oh yes, but of course, countless things, countless. Take, for example, you droid that it is out of a Russian refugee and most crew heartless revolutionary. You've killed 60 people so far and you plan to go to Bridge to blow up the Crystal Tower. However, in order to hide your identity, you murdered that man with the headband. Well, I suppose that's just about sums it up. Come now, there is no reason to hide your crimes. It would be futile. This is sort of a long shot, but were you talking about me just now? Of course I was talking about you. Tell me, do you see any other Russians capable of assassinating 16 people? I'm definitely not capable of doing that either! Okay, this is hilarious. I was right all along. The one who stole Kasuma's life was you, Naruhodo. On top of that, you are a revolutionary as well. How insolent. How shameless. Hey, now, like I said... The time is at hand. Now, what is your defense against this claim? Yeesh! I give up! You think Mayor does Naruhodo has worse luck than Phoenix Wright? Poor Naruhodo. Oh, poor Naruhodo. Oh, my apologies. I didn't meant to disgrace you. No matter how you slice it, there's no way I could be a Russian revolutionary. I'm so sorry. As for you, how could you careless fire out so many irresponsible, far-fetched theories? And yet, did I not still speak the truth? And on your way to a foreign country, you found yourself facing a predicament. Well, that much is true, yes. See? How's that? What do you make of that? If you really want to know what I make of that, it's a fact that this ship is heading to Britain, and that I'm cuffed here at the crime scene. That's not really a theory, it goes without saying, as the phrase goes. And so it does. That is precisely the principle of reasoning. This guy is hilarious. Try to say goes without saying out loud. It's unexpectedly most mysteriously effective. Right. So then, who exactly are you? Yes, I have delayed my introduction long enough. I am the man known around the globe, the world's most greatest and most famous detective. Yes, for I am the famous Sherlock Holmes. A pleasure to meet you. Oh, I knew it. You're the real Holmes in the flesh. Yes, but of course I am the Sherlock Holmes in the flesh. Susato, could it be that you know who this man is? Of course I do. Everyone in the world knows who the great detective is. All of a sudden, I feel like I've been cut out from the rest of the world. In any case, we should listen to what Mr. Holmes has to say. We should find the truth of this incident in no time with his help. I got a really bad feeling about this. This guy is hilarious. So you're a great detective. You said your name was... Precisely, a great detective indeed. I am the famous Sherlock Holmes. Alright, well then. Famous Sherlock Holmes. No, there's no need to say famous each time. Mr. Holmes is more than adequate. If you're interested in case they quit, then I would recommend you read this. The Strange Magazine. This is a popular entertainment publication in Great Britain. Rest assured, Mr. Holmes, I have imported every issue from Great Britain without fail. How the hell do you import something in the 1800s? How the hell do you import something in the 1800s, huh? How? It says the adventures of Sherlock Holmes right here. So basically, you're a character in this book? Precisely, you hit a mark. So he's engrossed in this book that he actually believes he's the great detective. I can tell your face that you misunderstand. I am not as self-deluded as I might seem. The truth, in fact, is completely the opposite. Opposite? You see, this is a series of stories about my adventures, as written by my biographer. Right, you're a biographer. Indeed, precisely. Dr. Watson is back in London, looking after our flat. Dr. Watson? Thanks to the popularity of this book, the doctor has been incredibly busy as of late. As have I. I returned from Asia where I saw the mysterious surrounding a cursed royal crown. I can tell he's joking or serious, but either way, that sounds terrifying. To me, the deduction is everything. Simply put, it is the art of pure logic. Pure logic? Art? A great observer of man does not allow it even a single reaction to slip by unnoticed. A slight change in the line of sight or facial muscles, a single person's very manner of conduct, their fingernails, their sleeves, their wrinkles in their clothes. All of this is vital information. I see. How's the stream going? I really want to know. How's the stream going? She's really young. Really? How's the stream going? Is anyone there? Because goddammit, I got a lot of drop frames. Fuck you, internet. Why do you want to screw with me? Let's hope so. Because I managed to up my internet speed. Look at the settings, look at the resolution. You can see the 60 FPS marker on the side. Because yes, I got my internet much better that I can stream at 60 FPS. A great observer can synthesize all that information together in a single instant. And the logic he gleans from his conclusions will allow him to find the one and only truth. Indeed, you saw these very powers at work earlier. He's got some nerve being able to say that while looking me right in the eye. Yes, an extraordinary observer, a former logician, and the greatest detective alive. That is him, and he is me, Sherlock Holmes. Oh my god, this guy's hilarious. Have you heard anything in regards to the incident? My god, have I heard anything? Well, I only robbed the culprit lurker in this cabin and discovered that he was hiding. You do realize that you're speaking with the great detective Sherlock Holmes, right? Can I say this guy is full of himself? This guy is full of himself. God damn it. Yes. Wait, then... He's the one to blame from the mess I'm in. This morning, after I realized something was wrong in the cabin, I called for the stairs to help me open the door. Yes, the sailors set themselves to the work, and the great detective baited his prey. That's right, it was I, Sherlock Holmes, who found you at the scene of the crime. And there I say, those handcuffs compliment you nicely. Ugh. Well, whatever else may happen, you two truths is on me one more time. Two truths? He is nuts. Yep, he's nuts. Mr. Holmes, can you elaborate, please? What are the true truths you realized this morning while you were in this cabin? Let me be more precise. There are two truths that I pieced together in a single instant. Let's put it that way. I see. Please tell me more. Very well. The two truths I deduced from the stake of the cabin. 1. The culprit could not escape as it was locker room incident. And 2. The victim was Russian as he was killed after falling out with his comrade. Please hold on for a moment. Why Russian? Why, that's easy enough. The message left behind with the victim on the floor. Take a look. But it means wardrobe in Russian. I can't speak Russian, okay? Cosimo wrote this dying message in Russian? Cosimo's Japanese. He only knows either Japanese or English. God damn it! In his final moments, his native tongue was the first to come to mind. Thus, he is Russian. Cosimo's Japanese! Also, a Russian? Initially, I worked under the assumption the culprit's name was wardrobe. However, out of precaution, I opened the actual wardrobe in order to verify the situation for myself. And that's where Naruhodo was sleeping, right? Just so, inside was a slumbering Russian, the culprit. In other words, you! Yes! Even I'm a Russian now! You were wearing the same attire as the victim, ergo you were comrades. If I may serve, that is certainly the type of clothing the Russians would know to wear. What? The student's uniform is actually in Russian clothing all this time? I'm absolutely sure that the great detective's memory is dead wrong here. Ah yes, a photographer to avoid any tampering with the words on the floor. This is a photograph taken of the victim's corpse before it was transported out of the room. By the time I opened my eyes, Asuki's body was already gone. This is my first time seeing him in this state with my own eyes. Are you alright, Naruhodo? Yes, I'll be fine. I mean, losing his best friend, come on. Oh, that's right. Mr. Holmes, yes, what do you need? Speaking of Russia, didn't you say earlier that I'm a Russian and a refugee and a cruel revolutionary or something? Yes, the truth whispered my theory. Am I not correct? Well, could you maybe elaborate about that whisper? Could tell, of course. Gladly. Like I said, I'm not Russian! About that early theory of yours, the one about me, on a journey to a foreign land with a protective face you. Is that the one? Hello, you missed a lot, you missed a lot. How the hell did you miss a lot? Here we are. Can you see who I'm talking to? Well, as you can see, here is the one another Sherlock Holmes. He is full of himself, and he is nuts. He's full of himself and he's not. Accusing Naruto of being Russian. Accusing Naruto of being Russian. God damn it, this guy's nuts. By the way, check the... You can see the setting, resolution. You can see the frame rate that I'm streaming now. Can you see it? Yes, that's right. But please explain all the other parts of what you say, too. The Russian refugee, the revolutionary, the assassination of 16 people. Yeah, thank God that my internet got better. Yeah, 60 FPS, video bitrate 1000. And the current speed goes a bit over 1000 kilobytes per second. I don't know, and frankly, I'm just testing it out because, hello? When I will use my capture card. And here's the thing, most 3DS games do run at 30 FPS. It's just that since I'm using a method that is not a capture card, you cannot see it directly because, again, this method that I'm using requires Wi-Fi. At most, this can only go up to 40 FPS. But still, I'm testing the waters out, okay? After all, this will be worth it. Just because, of course, my Elgato. Seriously, if I could get the Elgato to work, I could only record games at 60 FPS. Stream them, I will have to give them state as 30 because my internet speed was not that good. Now, look at this. Yes, I can finally stream at 60 FPS. Believe me that this Elgato will be much worth it more. Also, yeah. Quick resume. Yeah, Phoenix's friend is dead. I mean, Naruto's friend. So yeah, Asugi is dead. Our good old friend and also sort of mentor. This doesn't sound familiar to you? Senpai died! Yeah, too much, and like I said, I told you why. This game was made by by the original creator. I mean, like I said, this game was made by the same creator of the series. I mean, he no longer works with the main series, but he still made both this and the sequel. So, hell, so that's why we're going to see a lot of familiar elements from the original trilogy here. So yeah, our good old friend Kazuma Asugi is dead. And we're being accused again of his crimes. Is it me or does Naruto has worse luck than Phoenix? Being accused of 2 crimes, seriously, Naruto has really bad luck. Poor Naruto. It's a simple theory, truthfully. Here's this morning's newspaper. The front page line reads as follows. Revolutionary Dmitry Demogladsky flees Russia, believed to be en route to Shanghai. This shipment ported Shanghai yesterday, and last night a Russian was killed. Since when did Asugi turn into a Russian? Asugi is not Russian! Kazuma may have been mistaken for a Russian due to the words that he left on the floor. You have to say it! Therefore, in conclusion, the culprit of this crime must have been the heartless revolutionary. Had his own identity exposed in the paper, he murdered his fellow refugee. Information? You are he, Mr. Dmitry Demiglaski himself. I mean, I just expected something like that. I mean, even though I expected it, it still hurts. I expected, but it still hurts. No. I mean, first of all, we don't even look about this similar. Look at his face, and look at mine. Well, nonetheless, the fact remains that you are terribly revolutionary. After all, isn't it likely that a revolutionary will have revolutionized his own face? That's your argument. By the way, your name isn't listed on the passages list from embarkment either. Well, he's right about that part. I am a stowaway and all. So then, what about the killing of the 16 people and this Crystal Tower business? Right, the fact is, all of that information is contained within this front page article. Your true occupation and your nefarious deeds, my good fellow. I know them all. Dmitry Demiglaski himself was quoted saying all these things, there can be no doubt. So, revolutionary willingly agreed to an interview for a newspaper? Wait, so what about the first thing you said, the part about returning from Afghanistan? That too is written here, clear as day. It states that you just returned from a string of destructive acts in that country. Honestly, I've never even heard of this Afghanistan. Oh, how rude of me. Allow me to give you this newspaper as a sign of our acquaintance. Alright, thank you. I already finished reading it. After all, and this journey will be so troublesome. We're not your servants. I'm not your butler. Yeah, this is to be like a really political game. Now I can see. Now, two reasons why I see this. I can see, yeah, two reasons why this game wasn't localized. The amount of racism and the amount of political commentary this game has. Although, to be fair, we also have the Metal Gear games who are also filling political commentary, so there's that. Come to think of it, the article on the back page was also rather fascinating. On the back? Feel free to read it if you wish. Who knows, you might just become a Russian connoisseur. A Russian newspaper, huh? Too bad I don't know how to read it. But since I already have it, I might as well take a look at that article on the back. Yeah, let's check that article. Huh. Do you notice something, Naruhodo? No, I was just wondering what this article on the back page was about. I haven't the slightest clue. I can't read a single letter. I can't read it either, but judging from the feeling I'm getting from this photo, it looks like it might be some sort of beautiful ballerina. Yes, she's quite beautiful. This is perhaps the kind of woman that strikes your fancy. I'm not sure how to respond to that. You're quite discerning out of that article to catch your attention. Dick! If I may allow me to explain what the article is about. Please do. He just popped out of nowhere. This article is about a disappearance of the news that occurred some point last night. Beautiful flower of the prestigious Novigachi company goes missing. A lone girl was found missing during a ballet performance in Shanghai. It was a beautiful young ballerina named Nikomina Broskavchi. I'm seriously butchering these names. Nikomina Broskavchi. You must be Russian, as they speak in Japanese. To be fair, it is established early on that both Naruhodo and Susato know English, okay? Let's be fair on that part. Although, let's also take the fact that Sherlock Holmes in the initial cutscene, he talked in Japanese. Then again, that's also because of, the... Seriously, this game is a nightmare. I don't even know how it could be localized. Seriously, this really feels like a nightmare about localizing. It's hard to remember the names of Russian people. He says that she disappeared from the dressing room, still wearing her costume, which apparently included a tiara set with games valued at 20,000 rubles. How much money is 20,000 rubles? I couldn't be able to guess, but surely it's more money than we could possibly dream of. Sasato's eyes are shining. Since the tiara is property of the ballet, the owner is on the brink of losing his mind. Can't say I blame him. In order to retrieve both Miss Ina and that tiara, the ballet company is requesting such warrants for all vessels that are heading towards Britain. Might it be that she's defecting as well? It's starting to seem like defection is Russian specialty. Not her. You shouldn't say things like that. Well, we got another piece of evidence. Let's go with what you're investigating. By the way, you were inspecting Asugi's desk earlier, weren't you? Asugi? Ah, right, the victim. Wasn't there anything that stood out to you? Take a good look at the desktop. The victim appears to have been writing something. This is along the travel journal, and that is his handwriting too. But I don't think it's respectful to read through someone's journal right after they die. My. You should have spoken up before I read it. What? So you already went ahead and read it through? Of course. Despite my experience, I can read basic Japanese as well. Is that so? I think he's about to feel the wrath of a Sasada toss. Are you going to him the great detective Sasada toss for that? Goodness, whatever are you talking about? That's so unfair! And the bad luck of Naruto keeps on piling on. Susanoo is willing to toss Naruto because he tried to read the journal of his own friend, but whenever this fellow guy, who's full of himself, tries to read it, he doesn't do anything to him. Poor Naruto. All other matters aside, in regards to the victim's journal, the last sentence appears to be suddenly stopped halfway through. Or could have been in the middle of the writing. Could you perhaps lie to me? But didn't you just say you could read Japanese? So what I did, but like I said, only the basic symbols. For example, I can read the word harakiri. How's that? Impressive, isn't it? If you say so. But this writing is filled with kanji characters. I wasn't able to read a single one of them. This is like my young Apollo bad luck levels. This guy has worse bad luck than Apollo. Seriously. Naruto has worse bad luck than Apollo. And we're only on the second case. And we're just starting the second case. And yet Phoenix's ancestor has more bad luck than Apollo. I guess it makes sense. I mean Naruto kind of looks like a combination of Phoenix and Apollo, right? His bragging didn't amount to much at all. Excuse me, may I? If you allow me to see that, I can read it for you. Yes, then, please, by all means. There are 2 sentences written on the last page of the journal. 1 hour and 23 minutes after midnight, I heard a sound like a low whistle. A whistle? Intriguing. Please continue. And the other sentence, 1 hour and 30 minutes after midnight, I saw a speckled band at the air duct. Speckled band? I wonder what that means. I'm not sure myself. I never heard of it before. At the air duct? Then I would suspect. It must have been none other than the air dye which connects the abduction cabin. The abduction cabin, huh? Can I say that I like his theme? I like Carol Khan's theme song. Seriously, it's really clear that this game is getting really clear vibes of Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright in terms of the style of music. Now then, I must excuse myself. Also, a bit more context to the case. Here's the thing. Naruhodo is also he's seen here on this ship as a stowaway. All by request of all in Asugi's request. He requested to Naruhodo to come with him, of course, as a stowaway. So yeah, that's why Naruhodo is going to Britain. After all, it was stated that only Asugi was going to go to Britain, but of course, this now explains how Naruhodo is in Britain now. I mean, like I said, and all it was in Asugi, and Asugi was the one that requested it. Of course, Susato didn't know anything about the stowaway because they didn't want her to, to be like an accomplice or anything. Now then, I must excuse myself. If I may ask, where might you be heading? To be frank, I'm a bit curious about the victim's journal. I feel that it must be worth investigating, and I'll get sick if I just stand around. Could it mean that you were intending to go to the abduction room, the one connected to that air duct? Without a mystery, a great detective's existence is worthless and sorrowful. Rest assured, I grant you my word that the truth will become clear soon enough. Excuse me, will you mind if we join you? That will be a tad difficult, you see. Huh? Why is that? Why are you even asking me? Just take a look at your own hands. These handcuffs, huh? After all, you are the suspect of this incident at the moment. Are you not? What do you mean, are you not? Please don't act like this doesn't concern you. You're the one who decided that I must be the culprit after all. What are you talking about? I don't even recall uttering a single word implying that you were the culprit. No! You're dead! Just a while ago at that! Now, aren't you a strange one? Just why would I say something like that? But, Mr. Holmes, I'm rather certain you say so. Huh? Really? That's queer. You really don't have the look of a criminal, after all. Even though he was looking right in my eyes when he accused me! This guy's nuts! Well, I suppose it's fine. This is this, and that is that, as the saying goes. What do you mean? In other words, it's like this. The culprit here acts like a culprit. Just roll over and give up. That was beyond cruel. And Naruhodo's bad luck doesn't stop there. Unbelievable. That great detective just ran off laughing all the while. Come on now, Naruhodo. What are you just standing around for? Huh? The two of us ought to check the cabin next door as well. Quickly. But look at me. I'm not really in any condition to... Stop! Kazuma left his final lead for us, even as he lay dying. Meanwhile, you'd rather just roll over and give up? Ugh! Everyone is so mean to me! This is worse than Phoenix. Phoenix has his fair share of mistreatment, but Naruto has its worst. Poor Naruto. In any case, since there are still things worth investigating in this room, let's continue our investigation and wait for our chance to move to the adjacent room. Yes, let's. Even in this state, there must still be something we can do. For Asaki's sake, I need to do whatever it takes to forge a new path forward. Okay. I know what this is. It's an apparatus known as a call bell. It's an apparatus? Neat. I've seen them in books about the culture of the Great British Empire. They're used in other countries. You pull the rope, ring the bell, then a servant appears. When you say that, it sounds like sorcery. Let's try ringing it. Yes, that's it. As part of our research of Western culture, of course. Okay, geez, you always go at the worst of times. I wonder if nobody came because we're Japanese. No, don't be silly. I'm sure everyone just has their hands full right now. We rushed here earlier. This door has been bolt detected from the inside of the cabin. It's just a small, simple bolt, but it'd be impossible to either break out or in as long as that was latch and paste. Given the evidence so far, I don't blame Susato for doubting me. I can feel Susato's glare burning into the back of my neck. Say, do you ever read mystery novels? This is the part where they use a needle and try to bolt the door from the outside. An ingenious trick indeed. Yes, I do not read history novels. But since all those engineers around can just use a matter of iron, that trick wouldn't work here. Needles and threads get caught through iron. Now her glare feels more like needles digging into me. What can be said? That Naruto just has horrible luck. There's absolutely nothing on the dining table. All the eating utensils falling on the floor. This room is a disaster in many ways. That's odd. When I was asleep last night, the dinner table should have... Huh? Is something the matter? For some reason, I can't seem to recall what happened after I finished eating last night. Looks like I was right all along. You're the one who did this. No, wait, you're wrong! Those are the leftovers from last night's dinner, the roasted chicken. Yes, it was quite delicious. Incidentally, did you happen to eat your meal on the floor? I'm not a pet dog, you know. I eat my chicken at the dining table like an actual human. Odd though, when did that chicken bone fall on the floor? Oh, but didn't Kazuma hate chicken? I seem to remember as such. He despised it. In fact, he vehemently refused to even touch it last night. So, being the hungry stowaway, I ate up every last bite of it. Oh, so that means Kazuma had likely been famished during his final fight on her, just before he perished. Oh, isn't this pitiful? I suddenly have a strong stomach. I suddenly have a stomach ache. Stab after a stab of sheer raw guilt. Huh? Over there, that's... Is that Sailor? Is that It's that Sailor. He wasn't here a little while ago. That's exactly what I thought. You have any question? Perhaps you should see what he has to say. But he might shout at me again. Well, I guess I suppose I could give it a shot. Oh. What's the matter, Naruto? Nothing. It's just that Sailor's standing over there by the door. For some reason, I feel like seeing him somewhere before. Now you mention it, you're right. He does look a bit familiar. Hello, excuse me. Yes, can I help you with something? That face, could it be? There's no doubt! If it isn't Detective Hasanaga! What the hell are you doing here? It has been some time. What the hell are you doing here? I don't know. Is it something that is it some sort of condition? Why are you in a place like this? I could ask you the same question. I was so astonished that my heart stopped beating. Are you sure you didn't mean to say I thought my heart was going to stop beating? I've infiltrated this ship under special orders. Again! I don't know. You really go infiltrating, don't you? If it is within my power to do so, allow me to assist you in any way I can. The detective just might be the key to overturning this dire situation. I don't know, is this some sort of condition? So, what are your special orders this time around? Moreover, why are you dressed like that? I am terribly sorry. Huh? All of the fault for this incident lies squarely upon my shoulders. What do you mean, detective? My special orders were to guard Asugi. Huh? The arrangements were made by Secretary Gyakuten of the Ministry of Justice. I was to protect him from possible assassins, so that he might reach Britain unharmed. So he can reach Britannia unharmed. Assassins! He was in such danger! I do not know for sure, but what do I know is that currently there is much tension between the empires of the East and West. The Secretary of the Ministry told me to take every possible contingency into account. How could this be? Is it really possible? Kasuma assassinated? Unlike most escort missions, I wasn't able to publicly divulge my identity as a bodyguard. Instead, I was forced to board the ship under the guise of a sailor. I see. From dawn till dusk, I kept watch over Asagi until he retired to his cabin each night. Seriously, Satoru Hasanaga. Let me check the hour. And staying during the few hours when I was not keeping my vigil, this happened. And so, through my own complacency, I allow him to die. I have failed in my duty. I'm no longer worthy of showing my face to either of you. I'm so sorry. Detective Hasanaga. Might there be anything I can do to help make amends for this catastrophic failure? If so, please tell me how it can be of service. Right now, we're trying to investigate Asagi's death. I suspect it as such. I assume that it's you're not actually the culprit. Of course not! I'd like to move to the cabin next door and investigate things there as well. Are you able to grant me approval to leave this room? I cannot. My apologies. At present, you're considered to be a threat to the other passenger. If you were to attempt to leave this cabin for any reason, that rowdy sailor will lift you up by the scruff of your neck and toss you right back in. All because I think I'm a stowaway who murdered one of my own countrymen. But there may be one chance. Have you anything persuasive I could use to help you move around more freely? Something persuasive, Detective? Yes, if I catch something that could provide a reason for you to investigate the other cabin, then I will give my bird life home to persuade the captain. That is a little... I can only think of one method that will work. Huh? What is it? The same method you used on me earlier. You present evidence to support the argument that you are trying to make. Presenting evidence. You should already be familiar with it from your time in the courtroom. Just highlight the item you want and touch the present button. It's as easy as that. Now, show Detective Hasanaga something that might persuade the captain. Something to give us a reason to investigate the cabin next door. It's not like we want to barge there for no reason. Something must support our logic. Just find the right evidence and touch percent like Cesar said. Let's give it a try. It's Asagi's urinal. Before Kasuma passed away, he left behind some perplexing words. Perplexing? In what way? This urinal he brought, I saw a speck of pan at the air dock. A speck of pan? Perplexing words indeed. I still don't understand the meaning of those words. Oh, but the curious thing is... Ah yes, the air duct, I presume. You live up to your title, Detective. That air duct connects directly to a cabin next door. If we investigate the air duct, we might just figure out what this speckled band is. I suppose that's proof enough. Huh? At the moment, I must stay here in this cab. Until the ship reaches next port, I must remain on my watch at the crime scene. These are Captain's orders. Therefore, I have no other option to leave the investigation to the two of you. But really? While I cannot remove your handcuffs, you may move freely around the first class area. But are you sure it will be alright? After all, the captain's orders were... Do not worry, I will keep my promise. I'll put my life on the line to persuade the captain. That much is the very least I can do to make up for my failure to protect us again. Thank you very much, Detective. Shall we ask them? Not a hood. You touch the move button, we can leave the cabin. The move button, huh? Alright, let's try it out. Let's move here. 9 January, 7:40 a.m. SS Eclair First Class Cabins. Finally, I am out of that cabin. Still, I'm a little surprised. The corridor is narrower than you expect, don't you think? It is, isn't it? Cosmo was exchanged to Saiban by the Japanese government. He was given one of the finest rooms of war, a first-class cabin. If you are wondering, my third-class cabin is about half the size of Kazuma's. That's a pretty cool treatment you're getting there. Ah, take a look over there. There's an incredibly strong-looking sailor sitting on guard. That door connects to the second-class cabins. I've been considered somewhat to prevent suspicious individuals passing. Suspicious individuals? Of course, people like me. You know, I cannot help but notice that though we've been at war for half a month, your eyes shine as you were seeing all this for the first time. That's because I am, after all. I was a stowaway. I was packed up in Asugi's trunks during embarkment. Since then, I've been crammed into that wardrobe up until today. That must have been truly terrible indeed. Don't look at me like that, please. For Nada Huda. Actually, I always wonder, how does such a gigantic hunk of steel manage to float in the ocean without sinking? It's actually rather simple if you think about it, huh? Well, think about the islands of Japan. What about them? Even a massive hunk of land and damn floats without effort. So you're not surprised that the ions float, then why be surprised it keeps too? Oh, I see. That's a pretty good point. That doesn't make any sense if you ask me. Six, 7 there. Welcome back. This time we managed to explore, and guess what? What the hell is this guy doing here? Seriously, what the hell is this guy doing here? It says that he was again under special orders, this time to protect Kazuma. He was here to protect Asagi. This detective, my god. Seriously, Hasanaga? I can see an old oversight that you're walking a pen on the desk over there. Apparently, it's some kind of logbook. Oh, shall we take a look inside it? Wow, everything about this voyage is detailed in such beautiful writing. Yeah, I never thought this old sea dogs could actually write well. I even complimented him, but he still refused to acknowledge it. I think maybe referring to him as an old sea dog wasn't the best choice of words. Oh, this is hard. It looks like the page for last night is almost completely blank. So in other words, the crew members noticed nothing out of the ordinary last night. This is a trap that used to capture rodents. Ah, right. I've seen this in Japan, too. This one looks like it uses bait in a sticky substance that I've never seen before, though. Let's see. The bait is a food called cheese, a Western staple made from fermented milk. Cheese. I wonder what it tastes like. I see the curious look. Don't try to eat it, or you'll only get your fingers pinched. Ah, guess I just give up. Were you actually planning to eat it? Oh, yeah, all I ever got to eat was Asagi's leftovers after all. I was always jamming that water with an empty stomach. I'll give you some snacks I brought with me later on. Yes. Here it is. This is a cabinet Gyakuten to Asagi. This one with the connected area. And that area was where Kazuma on the speckled band, apparently. We still might be able to solve that mystery. Let's try to talk to whoever's inside. Alright! Please excuse us. There is some business we need to attend to the cabin, you see. He says nothing, but his eyes cry out, "Do not open." That's the same thing I wrote on that slip of paper that Asagi stuck on the wardrobe. Sometimes eyes speak louder than words, I suppose. Well, I would wager that we won't be allowed to visit this cabin anytime in the near future. Yeah, this is inconvenient. What is this? It's nice and round. It kinda has a cute touch to the hallway. It's an emergency alarm. Please do not touch it. Emergency alarm? Well, right here, there's a notice. Please press button only in case of emergency. The button says alarm to the entire ship and signals the engine to temporarily stop. Next thing you just stopped, eh? Let's see. What are you doing? Get away from that! What? How has this happened to me, sir? Now, is that an emergency? That clearly isn't the kind of emergency they meant. If you push that button and cause a panic, we would have a real emergency on our hands. Ugh, I wish I could just have everything going on right now. That's all. Please don't conceive an entire ship just because you're upset. This door leads to second-class cabins. What's wrong? I have such strong urge to go through and just get out of here. I'm not in the best of situations right now, as you can see. That's true, but you also know that at the moment you dare touch the handle, that brawny sailor will hesitate to shoot you to death. Did that joke go too far? I'm sorry, I hadn't meant to offend you. Oh, I was the one who took my joke too far. In the end, all jokes aside, though, I could never just leave the Asagi's that unresolved. Excuse me, may I have a moment? Oh, it's a stowaway murderer. Well, that was a nice way for him to crush my spirit right off the bat. Naruto is so sensitive, don't you think? If we don't talk to you, perhaps you'll be willing to speak with me. Damn it. Good morning, sir. May I ask you a few questions? Oh, look, it's the cheap servant girl that was stopped in third class with other foreigners. I see I'm a target of his abuse as well. Sounds like the sailor didn't wake up on the right side of the bunk today, huh? Stop calling me sailor. I am senior crewman, Mitrov Stroganov. Mitrov Stroganov. Is it me or does that sound like a pun? Well, even though he clearly hates us, I guess we should respect him. Mr. Stroganov, can you tell me more about the first class area? This is where the highest class cabins are. Corridor connects to each other. Highest class? Could you perhaps explain? Only certain people use rooms. Public figures, king traveling, secrets, rich people, important people, so I'm here as guard. Strong enough. That's true. Strong enough. Strong enough. The freaking puns. Of course, if there were any puns with the Japanese characters, of course we couldn't see them outside of the prosecutor because, again, we don't know Japanese. But stowaway eyes are one of the cabins on my watch. If I could draw you to the ocean right now and rest easy. Please forgive me. If I may ask a question, is anyone currently staying at the cabins next to Kazuma Asagi's? Da! Cesaro, what was that just now? It sounded like da to me. It means yes in Russian. Oh wait, or maybe it means no. So one of the two, I guess. Cannot let you visit the other passengers room just because you want to. Huh? That means the cabin next door isn't empty. There must be a passenger inside. Interesting. So, can you tell us anything about the passenger staying in the cabin next to Asagi's? Name is Grismer Roydot. Name is Grisby Roydot. He's an upstanding old gentleman from the West. A gentleman from the West, huh? Do not bother him with pesky questions. He's knowing nothing about a student's murder. How are you able to assert that so confidently? Mr. Grisby Roydot is a respectable Western man. Why would he care about the Asian kid? Harsh words. By the way, when did Mr. Roydot board the ship? You are not needing that information. Now that I'm thinking about it, from the very start of the voice right up until this conversation, I've never seen or heard such a single hint of that cabin being occupied. If the gentleman was speaking to say, that would mean that he must have been a very important person indeed. Is that correct? You are not needing that information. Mr. Stroganoff, have you been on watch here for the entire voyage so far? Yes, I am keeping suspicious people like you from running around the ship. Excuse me, but do you know anything about the incident last night? It's very sad what happened to the student. Going to say, you must have been sending here guard home last night, too. Of course. And during that time, do you see anything out of the ordinary? Yeah. As a shadow, from the sound of it, anything he said, Niet. Everything was normal last night, nothing unusual. What about any odd noises? Or anyone look suspicious? No, everything was normal. Sorry! I wonder though, is it just me or did Mr. Stroganoff glance away for a second there? Yes, Mr. Stroganoff glanced away. It's time to end this little chat. Huh? You must make routine report to the captain. You should return to cabin as well. Alright. Door to the second-class cabin is permanently locked and secure. Do not bother trying to escape. It's not possible. I understand. Now, let's investigate to our heart's content. Absolutely. Here it is. This is a cabin of Gyakuten, the one with the connected air duct. The air duct was where Cosmo saw the speckled band apparently. So might be able to solve the mystery. Let's try to talk to whoever's inside. Knock, knock, knock! There's no answer. I don't think we're going to be able to ask any question about the room right now. Yeah, this is inconvenient. What was that voice just now? It came from inside this cabin. It could only be the tearful, innocent scream of a maiden in distress. Out of the way, you lot! I shall kick down that door post haste. Mr. Holmes! Right now, I'm absolutely brimming with the intense desire to kick a door down. But please, just one moment. This door appears to be unlocked. What do you say? Well then, where exactly am I supposed to bend this urge to kick something? That aside, let's go inside. This is an emergency. There's no time to waste. January, SS Eclair, first class cabin number 2. What do you want with me? A Western gentleman. He appears to be Russian. Excuse me, just now we heard what sounded like a young woman scream from this room. Scream? Stop your silly talk. You see, I am the only one in this cabin, no one else. He's right, this old guy's the only person here. But then, what on earth was that scream? Leave now, all of you, now! Pardon me, Mr. Grimace Roylott, I presume? Yes, I am Roylott. Who are you? Sherlock Holmes, the one and only. Surely my reputation precedes me. Never heard of him. I am the Great Detective. My name adores the magazine covers across the British Empire. And so I'm certainly no matter suspicious individual, as you can see. He's using that magazine like some kind of substitute business card. Detective, even more suspicious. We're certain that we heard a scream of him originating from this very room. Is it really apparent that no one else sat within your wardrobe, therefore? If it's not much of a bother, may I open that small trunk over there? Stop the silliness! This trunk is very, very small. You think there's a person inside? Well, if our recent trends into Nicaragua, packing people into luggage is quite popular. Please stop looking at me! Did you see that, Naruto? Yes, I think I did. The trunk, it moved. All of you leave now. If you do not, I call the sailors. Great smart radar. He's sitting in the cabin directly next to Asagi's. This Russian man, he has to be hiding something. Yes, my thoughts. Must find some sort of lead before the sailor returns. Excuse me, Mr. Rana. Could we have a moment of your time? I am not accepting visitors. I talked to no one. Now leave. None of the great star. We're not going to get anywhere like this. That's for sure. How are we going to deal with this man? I wonder if the great detective should know what to do. Look at this. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott, could we help him? Look at this! What the hell are you doing there? Excuse me, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Please, it's just Mr. Holmes is fine. That's not any less formal. Mr. Holmes, what are you doing in there anyway? Oh, not much. Just making myself at home. At home? I was just passing time, imagining how it must have felt to be crammed in there. Waiting for the moment when the two of you wish at the aid of a great detective. What? Well, now, it would seem that time's finally come. Am I mistaken? Well, he's certainly not wrong. Now, look over there. That Russian gentleman, Mr. Roylott, is clearly hiding something. What would be best to countermeasure against a Russian who's hiding something? The answer, of course, would be the truth. Indeed, that doesn't apply to Russians alone. Right. But I wonder what that Russian man would do if his secret were to be exposed. Would it be interesting to find out? I would love to, Mr. Holmes. Then allow me to show you something intriguing. Something only a great detective can do. A great detective's great deduction. As you can clearly see, here we have a classic suspicious-looking Russian. What? Sometimes I wonder to myself, are suspicious people always Russian, or are Russian people always suspicious? I don't think either one is the case. And if I may add, Mr. Holmes, no matter how much the beard and the black glasses Jay said, I'm not sure there are grounds enough to label someone as suspicious. Shh, quiet now. What do you look at me like that? I see. Yes, I understand now. What? I'm not asked to become clear to me. There is no room for doubt. Now then, Mr. Rolla, I have arrived at two conclusions. What do you mean? First, conclusion number one, your true identity. Simply put, you are a villain. You were just about to cut short something very important to you using those scissors. Am I mistaken? Ah! And then, conclusion number two, at this very moment, you have been caught red-handed in the midst of a nefarious deed. But now you must be shaken under the beard, panicking over you've already been found out. Am I mistaken? Gah! Yeah. Holmes now one of Mr. Holmes' deduction. Great deductions. Mr. Holmes is really incredible talent. With just one look at a person, you can learn just about everything about it. How in the world? No way. That's impossible. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I read that book, Holmes. It's nice. I can't believe I'm about to hear one of his great deductions firsthand. Oh, really? It's like a dream come true. I can't believe what I'm hearing, and yet right now the turn as white as a sheet. Oh, how could? How could you possibly know that? Very well, it is time for all to be revealed. How indeed this is great detective before you arrive at these two conclusions. Come along, shall we embark together upon a journey of deduction? What I mean to say is, I am asking you to tag along with my reasoning. Deduction store. The game is afoot. Topic number one, identity. Behold Mr. Royla, the mysterious Russian. First, let your eyes be drawn towards this. This oversized pair of scissors sticking out like a sore thumb. Now, just what in the devil we are planning to do with those? With just a little observation, the answer becomes obvious. You intended to cut off your splendid beard with those scissors. Continuing on. Now then, why would you have such an urgent need to cut that magnificent beard? That is quite obvious, and I have the evidence to back it up. Have a look at this morning's newspaper. It contains a rather intriguing article. In fact, it appears that you too have seen the article which I speak. Surely you must understand by now. The article on the site reveals your true identity. The newspaper revolutionary article. Revolutionary Dmitry Demiglatsky flees Russia, believes to be en route to Shanghai. As you can see, the picture clearly depicts an eye-catching beard. I haven't seen the article. You planned to cut up your beard before your crew found you out. However, since you have yet to do so, your true identity remains clear. None other than the frightful revolutionary Dmitry Demiglatsky. So, with that said, I can't say I ever heard of you. Effective revolutionary. That's right. Next, my second deduction. It seems to me that we have caught you in the act of committing a terrible crime. Huh? Now, as for the proof of that crime, it's right over here, is it not? As I expected, it appears that you have shown your hand, Mr. Roylott. When people are taken by surprise, they tend to reflexively shift their gaze. Look! It's a classic tale, more than look what the powerful than mere words could ever convey. Yes, our answer lays directly in your line of sight, so carelessly directed. The proof of your crime? Elementary, it's that trunk. I think about the time that you open this trunk and show us what's inside, huh? No, I'm refusing. Exactly what you have hidden in there. From what I can see, where you are applying enough force, I think you'll be able to fit the small girl inside. That is silly. A young girl stepped in the trunk. Just who might she be? Ah, good grief. You're not much of a criminal, are you? Your line of sight betray your secret so easily. Just now, without a second thought, you took a glance at our answer. The reason why you can't open the trunk can be again found in the newspaper. The truth is that there is yet another intriguing article published in these pages. Rather than looking at the article about the revolutionary, flip to the reverse page. Beautiful flower of the prestigious Navapchi Ballet Company goes missing. There is only one logical conclusion. The crime you are very midst of committing is abduction. According to the article, the girl's name is Nikomina Brovetsky or something. And there you have it. The great deductions of Sherlock Holmes have been revealed. Susato, was that really this so-called great deduction? Yes, I read all about it in this book, but his great deductions now were a little different from the usual. I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Holmes, but could you come over here for a moment? What can I do for you? I want your reasoning just now, if I may. Yes, by all means. What's on your mind? Well, let me start with this newspaper. I'm pretty sure I said this earlier, but these two men's faces are nothing alike. They look completely different. Well, it's to recall that I mentioned this earlier as well. However, we're dealing with a revolutionary. Who's to say he didn't revolutionize his own face? Well, I suppose at the very least he looks more like the picture than you do, Naruto. That's not the point. And besides, there's something else. That bit about the abduction. Yes, truly Gyakuten bands. Yes. At first glance, I wouldn't think that a girl could fit inside a trunk. Actually, it's worse than that. And it's really way too small to fit a person inside at all. You'll barely be able to. You'll be barely able to close it, even if you stuff so much as a 5-year-old girl, a 5-year-old inside. In that case, could the Miss Ballerina be a 5-year-old? Oh, didn't you know? She's actually 15. We had no idea. So she's 15, and roughly 10 years or ought to be sneaking out of that trunk. There's something I once heard somewhere a long, long time ago. In order to make their bodies more limber, some ballerinas are supposed to drink vinegar every day. Vinegar, huh? Indeed, with a body ripped by vinegar, fitting in a box like that would be no trouble at all. I think you're mixing up acrobats with ballet dancers. What a complete mess. Naruto, about Mr. Holmes' reasoning just now, I think his observations are right on the mark, at least the foundations of what happened. It's just the focal points of logic is just a little bit off. A little bit? Completely off, I say. If we take the most important keywords of his reasoning, it just discretely replace a few of them here and there, we might just figure this out. So take keywords with introductions and replace them. Yes. Discreetly, mind you. If we can do that, then surely Mr. Holmes' introductions will truly come to life. Undoubtedly, that is exactly what I was thinking. Wow, this great detective is a real piece of work. Well, since you got your work cut out, thanks to me. You sure are laughing loud enough about it. Oh, and as for you, I almost forgot. Me, oh, what is it? Take a look at your hands. My hands? Huh? The handcuffs! They're gone! What? This is... how did... I thought those calls might get in the way of your deduction, so I got them off in a jiffy. Huh? Amazing. I expect one Detective Sherlock Holmes. And there's no need to be worried. I'll put them back once we're finished here. No, that's okay. You can leave them off. Now, why don't we give this another go? Come, one and all to Sherlock Holmes' Theater of Logic and Reason. Review store. Hold it, Mr. Holmes. Behold, Mr. Royal as a mysterious structure. Press the USB to this. This oversized pair of scissors sticking out like a sore thumb. Now, just one of the devils what you're planning to do with those. I mean, just a little observation, the answer becomes obvious. You intend to cut off your slender bear with those scissors. Are those kind of scissors you cut a bear with? I don't have any intentions of ever growing a bear like that, so I don't really know. I think Mr. Royal is so sure. In other words, this part of the darkness is a little off. In that case, now let's try to replace it with something else. Sounds good to me, but just how do we go about doing that? First, let's stop and take a good look at Mr. Royal himself. Was it really the beard he wanted to cut off? There you go, that's a good question. Next, look for the answer. When I find it, then the rest is in your hands. What exactly is you telling me to do? Okay, I'll just give it a try. Time to replace this logic. What was the royal really going to cut off with those scissors? Wait a minute. This is... Why in the world? Oh my, what beautiful golden hair. No, I'm not talking about this beauty. It's just that... Why is her like that growing there in the first place? Not only that, but it's coming up from underneath a bunch of thick black fur. It's very strange, and yet still so unusually beautiful. Something is clearly wrong here. Hi! You intended to cut off your pretty hair with those scissors. You intended to cut off your pretty hair with those scissors. Undoubtedly, that's what I meant to say. Such beautiful golden locks couldn't possibly belong to an old man. How can you notice this? Oh, the chat on the stream. I see. So yeah, you can see this is 60 FPS. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I managed to do this, don't you think? You're actually a woman, aren't you? And judging by your hair sheen, you're clearly a young girl at that. Ugh! If only I had a chance to cut my hair, then it would not be found out. Now then, why would you have such an urgent need to cut such beautiful hair? That too is quite obvious, and yet I have the evidence to back it up. Surely you must understand by now, this article reveals your true identity. The newspaper article. Incredible. I sure wasn't expecting it. To think that the old man was actually a young girl this entire time. What is it? Why are you staring at me? Well, it was definitely shocking, but surprising to me is how much you seem to enjoy this kind of thing. Huh? Despite your situation, you still ended up jumping around in glee. Who was jumping around in glee? Not me. It's just, fine. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, that aside, look at this. I think back to Cole's logic earlier, that evidence he brought up, it seems a little strange now, doesn't it? It does. If it's a royal that released a woman, then that means the article about the revolutionary isn't related to the case anymore. And because of that, the flow of logic has changed course entirely. The flow has changed course, huh? Let's persuade this evidence so that it matches to the flow of logic. For some reason, that girl needs to have her true identity. And I feel like I heard something about the young girl not long ago. Understood. Alright, I'll give it a shot. Hike! Missing ballerina article. This article reveals your true identity. The newspaper's missing ballerina article. Undoubtedly, without a doubt, that must be it. Beautiful flower of the prestigious Novodesh Ballet Company goes missing. I do believe that we're finally able to call you by your real name. Your true identity is the ballerina from the Novodesh Ballet Company. Nikomina Brozikvich. Duck! It is, as you say. My real name is Nikomina Broskevich. He's still no one. Solve. Next, my second deduction. Oh, baby. Now, as for the proof of that crime, it is right over here, is it not? As I think, it appears that you have shown your hand, Miss Nikomina. When people are taken by surprise, they tend to reflexively shift their case. In the classic tale, born, look what the power of the mere words could ever convey. So answer nice directly in your line of sight, so carelessly directed. The proof of your crime, elementary, is that trunk. If that girl actually the ballerina, then there's obviously no way she's packed up in that trunk right now. Right, in fact, the idea that she was abducted at all is now disputable. Then what exactly is this girl's actual crime? Looks like I have no choice. I'll have to take the stage again. Now, Huda, you're certainly enjoying all of this, aren't you? Jumping around the room and joining Mr. Holmes in his theatrics must be so thrilling. Please stop teasing me! Anyway, some other evidence that reveals a true crime must be here somewhere. This is a glittering tiara. I've never seen them in person. These must be diamonds. Naruto, you should try it out in a second. Why me? Normally a girl will be asked to try it herself instead. Oh, no, I couldn't. It's hard to make just with someone like me. Come to think of it, this gem across the tiara seems familiar. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and recently at that. Hike! The proof of your crime, elementary, is that tiara. This must be the tiara used on stage by the Nobody Gets Ballet Company, right? It bears a striking resemblance to the one you can see in the news article. According to the article, this tiara is valued at 20,000 rubles. In other words, that would make that nature of your crime grand larceny. You pilfered that tiara from the ballet school you were a member of, didn't you? I am all alone. No allies, no friends. I am needing money to survive. But I did not steal tiara. That is not true. A Prussian earl gave it to me. It belongs to me now. A 15-year-old girl seeking asylum all on her own. I can imagine how scared and alone she must feel. Are you happy? I have told you everything. No, not yet. Huh? There's still another mystery left to unravel. I don't understand. You have ostensibly refused my request to have that trunk open and examined. Surely you must have some sort of important reason to do so. Is that not the case, Miss Niconina? I can't pronounce anything. I must keep secrets from this thing, you think to yourself, but it is futile. I've already found a way into further contents of the trunks, you see. Ah, agree. You're not much of a criminal, are you? Your line of sight betrayed your secrets so easily. Yes, the answer would like to be directly in the line of sight, so Carlos is the director. The reason you can't allow us to open the trunk is ringing the bookshelves. Books on the shelf. Holmes' deduction is totally changed from what he's saying before. I assume he must have changed the ranks to take on new deductions into his account. Even so, it's so suddenly to blur out the books on the camera shelf. That's nothing more than random guess. It's painfully obvious. I wonder if that's really the case. I mean, no matter what her reason is, refusing access to the front, how could possibly be in those books? It's your convenient. You may be right, but Miss Nicolina did unmistakably steal a glance in that general direction. So you're saying that she refused to open the trunk lies somewhere within her line of sight this time, too. Right, we need to make the same assumption this time around. Why won't she open that trunk? The answer to that question has got to lie somewhere in her line of sight. The SS Clear board regulations are written here. Do not store any dangerous things such as weapons or animals in the cabin. The same message was posted in our cabin. What do you think happened to break those rules? Well, I'm sure it was something quite terrible. So he's been thrown overboard into the freezing cold ocean. Perhaps being confined inside some terrible narrow wardrobe. It's beginning to sound like I've been taking this punishment for quite a while. Hike! The reason you can't allow us to open the trunk is written on the notice. Do not store any dangerous things such as weapons or animals in the cabins. Something inside that trunk is prohibited on this ship. Because of this, you cannot risk opening the trunk and allowing us to examine its contents. Earlier, we noticed the trunk move on its own. If you had a weapon in there, that wouldn't explain the trunk's movement. And so, only one possibility remains, Miss Nicomina. Inside that trunk is the other type of thing that you cannot keep in the cabins, an animal. Smuggle animal. Solved. Deduction complete. Elementary. So, you're actually Grisney That's not my real name. Yes, Nicomina, or Gex, guess you say. You disappeared from the ballet school mid-performance in order to flee Russia. And last night, you stealthily made your way aboard this ship. Stealthily? The SS Eclair is a colossal steamship. Is it even possible to board this ship without anyone noticing? You hastily disguised yourself as an old man in the hopes of hiding your true identity. And you decided to chop off that long blonde hair of yours along with the rest of your past. However, a woman's hair in her crowning glory, it is pleasures enough to be considered her life. If it were me, I would have refused to cut it off and struggled to find another way. But if that's the case, then what was this candy cry we heard coming from this cabin? Why did this dress get beautiful, bill-like pillow of this lovely lady's cries naturally? Yeah, that was one loud bell then. I escaped from Shanghai. In fear, I know they searched for me. I put on a disguise so no one can find me. And you ended up taking on the role of a fairly suspicious old man, I see. After I put on the beard and hat, I saw a newspaper. Inside was my picture. I was so scared, I shouted without thinking. If I do not do more to chase Paris, they will find me. I know I need to get my hair out, so I grabbed scissors. That must have been the very moment we first entered the cabin. I suppose circumstances like this really do happen every once in a while. Undoubtedly, such as the current situation. This was all more confusing than it needed to be. Excuse me, Miss Nikamina, but there is one last thing I would like to ask. Just what is it you've been hiding in that trunk of yours? Inside my precious friend hides. These keep secret from captains, leaders, everyone. Well, I suppose that's fine. However, only you speak with us to the events that transpired last night. Understood? Yes, I am talking. So, what do you think, Naruhodo? We were able to witness the great deductions of Sherlock Holmes firsthand. To be perfectly honest, I think that I'm still a little confused over which part of this is the great deduction. At any rate, at least we can hear what Nikamina has to say now. That's amazing. So here it is. This game's unique mechanic. Every Ace Attorney game, well, almost. Take note, she's 15. But yeah, like I said, almost every game has a unique mechanic of its own. The second game introduced something, the fourth game, then the fifth game, and then of course the sixth game. Almost every game in the series has a new mechanic. And here it is, great deductions. That's right, it is certainly quite amazing. Ah, that's right, I almost forgot about you. Yes? What is it? Take a look at your hands again. My hands? The handcuffs! Does it run with the other guy? Kinda. They're back on again. What? This? How? As promised, I put them right back when they belong in the jiffy. Ugh, when did he even? The suspicion cast upon you have not yet been considered clear, after all. We don't have much choice in this matter. I hope you understand. I suppose. Is that really so? Now then, at any rate, we gotta listen to what Miss Nikamina has to say. Personally speaking, I'm curious about this mysterious speckled band that caused my witness. Wait just 1 minute. 1 minute, please. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Question. Just a question. I would like to know, what did you think? Especially you, RJ, since of course you're also a fan of the series. What do you think of this brand new mechanic? Seriously, every game needs a new mechanic in order to stand out on its own. Well, almost every game has a new mechanic. Hello? 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 That was like no one's hearing me. Huh? Well, where's the other guy then? Where's the other guy? Fuck! I was about to tell you that I was gonna go out. I was telling you I was going to end this stream because I have family visiting. I have a huge family. God damn it! Because, yeah, I'm ending the stream right now because, yeah, I have family to visit. I mean, I have visits. I have visitors here, so I definitely need. Good thing I can save. So, yeah, I'll be seeing you later, and definitely going to inform this. Why you had to disappear? But yeah, thank you for joining. I enjoyed this. And if tomorrow I don't have anything to do, then rest assured I'll stream again. Especially since, of course, tomorrow is my day off, and I can basically stream all night if I want to. So yeah. But yeah, thank you for joining. I'll definitely going to be seeing you later. And thank you for joining on this stream of the Gyakuten Saiban. See ya!